Welcome to the latest episode of the B Movie Club. I'm your host, Kevin. This week we're going to be doing the 1985 comedy classic, Teen Wolf, starring Michael J. Fox and a lot of people you don't really know. For those of you guys joining B Movie Club for the first time, it's kind of like a book club. On Facebook and on Twitter, I'll post what movie we'll be doing during that week. You'll have the opportunity to watch it on Netflix streaming instantly, usually. Then you can send me your questions, comments, favorite quotes, favorite scenes, and I'll talk about them on the show. This week, Teen Wolf. Basically what's going on is you have Scott Howard, played by Michael J. Fox. He's a high school student who is just tired of being average. He just kind of blends into the crowd, doesn't really stand out. He's a starter on the school basketball team, which never wins a game. He has a few friends, but he's not Mr. Popularity by any stretch of the imagination. And then things start to happen. He starts going through some changes. At first, the audience just thinks it's puberty. Sadly, spoiler alert, he's a werewolf. He's a teen wolf. Now, forget all those old conventions about werewolf movies. He is a gentle werewolf. He's friendly. He doesn't attack people or anything like that. But he has strange abilities. Like he can run and jump and dribble the basketball and shoot jumpers. I don't know. It's a very special kind of werewolf issue, I guess, right? Suddenly the team starts winning. Thanks to him, he's now Mr. Popularity. The snooty girl who wouldn't give him the time of day is now suddenly, hey, let's go, let's hang out after school, big guy. He's now cast, in the school play. Things are going well, but he's starting to act a little different as well. He realized one day he doesn't know who he is anymore because he's not acting like the Scott Howard we've come to know and love. His friend Styles is trying to take advantage of him by promoting him and selling Teen Wolf t-shirts, like any good friend. I don't want to give everything away, but let's just say eventually he comes to accept himself as the non-wolf as well. That the non-wolf is special as well. So there you go. Good times had by all. Some things about this movie. Michael J. Fox, as you know, up to this point was big for being on Family Ties, very successful sitcom. He actually made this movie, and when they couldn't find a distributor or somebody, they were like, we're not going to put any money into this. So they actually shelved this movie. They were like, this movie kind of stinks. So they put it on the shelf and say, we're just going to bury this, forget this. Then around 1985, a movie came out called Back to the Future, which was a huge hit and obviously solidified Michael J. Fox as not only a TV star, but as a movie star. Wouldn't you know it, the producers of Teen Wolf dusted off their copy of Teen Wolf, and suddenly it's in theaters. The tagline was, here's another comedy from the star of Back to the Future. I remember watching this thinking, it's really not much of a comedy. It's not trying to be. I mean, there's a few funny scenes, like his buddy Styles is kind of a comic relief character. The coach of the basketball team is kind of a comic relief character. But it's really much more of a coming of age type thing. It's like, it's learning, the greatest love of all is inside of me, as Whitney would say. You know what I'm saying? So, it's accepting yourself. Anyway. So that's really what it's about. But they try to push it like it's a comedy because it's hard to quantify. It's called Teen Wolf, but it's definitely not a horror movie. It's not that funny, so is it a comedy? What is it? In fact, I had difficulty deciding whether or not I even wanted to do this movie in the B Movie Club because it's kind of off the beaten path. You know what I mean? Typically, I do like action or sci-fi or horror, or some comedy, but this kind of falls somewhere in between. Like I said, it's more of a coming of age type of thing that we're all supposed to watch it and realize, hey, you know what? Even though I'm a dork and a loser, I'm still okay. I guess that's the message we take out of it. Even if we're not werewolves, we can still be popular in our own mind. I don't know. Take of it what you will. You know what I'm saying? So they dusted it off, and it actually became a huge hit. People were rushing to see it, so the producers were right. It became such a hit that they actually did a cartoon that was on Saturday mornings. They did a sequel starring Jason Bateman called Teen Wolf 2, TOO. So you got that going for you. And more recently, there's actually a new live-action TV series called Teen Wolf. So you can rush to your TVs and watch that. I think it's on the CW or something. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. It is streaming instantly on Netflix. Check it out if you haven't already seen it. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 56% rotten. Can't say I totally disagree. It's a little cheesy. Truth be told, if Michael J. Fox is a starter on your high school basketball team, all 4'11" of him, you're probably not going to win too many games. Little known fact. Anyway, rush out and see it if only for the nostalgic value. And really, it's a good message for all of us, you know? So check that out. Next week, we're going to the horror genre. We're going to be doing Deep Blue Sea from, I think it's 99 or 2000. It has Samuel L. Jackson. It has Thomas Jane from the HBO series Hung. So you know it's good. LL Cool J's in it. Check it out. It is also streaming instantly on Netflix. As always, you can send in your comments, questions, any movie suggestions you have to my Twitter account at KD9575. You can post it on my YouTube page or on my Facebook page. Thank you for joining us. As you know, I like to end every episode with a totally out of context quote. And here it is. There's 3 things I've learned in life. Never get less than 12 hours of sleep a night. Never play cards with anybody that has the same first name as a state. And never get involved with a woman who has a tattoo of a dagger on her body. Stick to those 3 things, and everything else is cream cheese. Words to live by. Thank you for joining us. Next week, Deep Blue Sea, and be well.